Don in London, hello. It's October 21st, 2009. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol; my behaviour, workaholic, relationshipaholic, any ism, gym, food, whatever it could be. I could actually cross-addict into it if I couldn't get my primary source, if you like, alcohol. And these days I'm in recovery one day at a time, just sober one day. And the gift for me is I can see life more as it is, as each day passes. And living in the day, in this present moment, seems to be the absolute key to keeping sober. So if I keep sober, the rest of my life can work. So I can be a part of, be included in family, community, society, get the best support and help from other people. And that is not just about being sober, it's about living life and being open to the possibilities that are around us on a daily basis. So I've learned a lot. I learned a lot on the way to recovery. 35 years of hard work and trying to make life work as best I could, and striving for perfection. And these days I realise perfection is actually the danger for me. Trying to be perfect is dangerous for me. I won't be ever perfect, and now I've got that firmly in my noggin or in my head, life seems to work a lot better. So it's progress, simply progress about what is going on. And the gift for me these days is to understand it's okay to be loved by others, to love them back, and have something useful to do. Those three key elements of living for me. So what helps me keep sober is a fellowship, and that fellowship is Alcoholics Anonymous. I make no apologies for it. I don't speak for it, never can, never will. It's full of unique, authentic people who choose where to share their experience, strength and hope. And I utilise these videos as a form of my own personal reflection and meditation. So they take 10 minutes to make, that is, to actually do this bit, and then a bit longer. And between these, doing the readings from different parts of literature from the fellowship and going to meetings, somehow sobriety seems to work for me. And we all have to put a lot of effort into living, and living sober is far easier, I have found, than taking a drink on a daily basis, which led to 24/7 drinking for me, and the horror of homelessness, absolute desolation, and nothing to live for, and not wanting to wake up. So these days I do feel like waking up, and I'm quite surprised when I do, and life is happening. Life is going to continue happening with or without me, so being included is all key for me. And I went to a meeting of one of my home groups last night at Christchurch, which is just off the King's Road, Chelsea, London, UK. I can say I was there, but I can't say anybody else was there. Anonymity is sacrosanct. It offers the opportunity to find our truth. So I can say I was there, and I learned from being there more about honesty. And October is all about honesty in the programme. Well, every day is about honesty. But in the programme of AA, there are 12 steps of action to change attitude and behaviour. Attitude and behaviour changing on a daily basis, and so do our choices. So honesty is at the root of that, and truth is at the root of that, and that's what the programme offers, an opportunity to keep on finding truth and being honest. And I can be in denial and get into dishonesty very quickly. So a statement of intent is said at the beginning of every meeting, and it goes like this. It's called the AA Preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is the desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and to help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And the gift of yesterday, listening to somebody who shared a very difficult story, and it reminded me how I was. I used to be self-motivated, self-oriented, self-obsessed, relying on my own inner resources to a large extent, and applying my thinking to much of what I did. So I thought myself through living rather than felt or had the emotional connection to living, which meant I kept life at a distance, or something in between me and it, and it was called my intellect. And these days I find it's better not to utilise my thinking too much, but understand what I'm feeling on a daily basis. Thinking is important, definitely, and part of my whole emotional makeup or mental makeup, but I ignored my feelings or suppressed them for so long. When they first started coming out in sobriety, it was like a mountain of stuff. And these days, as time has gone by, my feelings are more day-sized. And that's the gift. We live in the day rather than have to climb a mountain every morning to overcome all the wreckage of the past. I wonder where that came from. Anyway, the daily reflections for today, this book, all about step 10 in October, which is about taking inventories of ourselves, not other people, not judging other people, just looking at our own behaviour. And it says this, October 21, nothing grows in the dark. We will want the good that is in us all, even in the worst of us, to flower and to grow, as Bill sees it, page 10. With the self-discipline and insight gained from practicing to step 10, I begin to know the gratifications of sobriety, not as mere abstinence from alcohol, but as recovery in every department of my life. I renew hope, regenerate faith, and regain the dignity of self-respect. I discover the world, and in the phrase, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Reassured that I am no longer always wrong, I learn to accept myself as I am, with a new sense of the miracles of sobriety and serenity. And you know what, for me it is a miracle to be in sobriety, because I had no clue how to get out of it. And when it says, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it, there is nothing better than learning from our mistakes. And if we learn from our mistakes, we don't have to keep on making the same ones over and over. And I was talking about, or sharing about letting go yesterday. In the step 4 and 5 of the change in attitude and behaviour, the step 4, the fearless moral inventory, that mountain of resentment we've built up over the years, as we knock it down and then share it with another human being, not necessarily in the fellowship, but somebody we trust, then we start to get day-sized into day-sized chunks, and the letting go process means that we don't have to live those days again, not the same days. So step 4 it is clearing the wreckage of the past for me. So for As Bill Sees It today, this one, and it says here on 234, page 234, freed prisoners, and this is about people who've got to prison because of what they've done under the influence. Letter to a prison group. Every AA has been in a sense a prisoner. Each of us has walled himself out of society. Each has known social stigma. The lot of you folks has been even more difficult. In your case, society has also built a wall around you. But there isn't any real essential difference, a fact that practically all AAs now know. Therefore, when new members come into the world of AA on the outside, you can be sure that no one will care a fig what you have done, that you have done time. What you are trying to be, not what you were, is all that counts with us. Mental and emotional difficulties are sometimes very hard to take while we are trying to maintain sobriety, yet we do see in the long run that transcendence over such problems is the real test of the AA way of living. Adversity gives us more opportunity to grow than does comfort or success. And you know, when you think about it, and I've done prison service where you go into prison and share a message of experience, strength and hope, some people are never coming out, and yet they find sobriety and a way to be in the day of now and to make use of it, to be useful. It's not easy, life, and sometimes the harshest things happen to people in blackout. So, that serenity prayer, all about acceptance to God of your understanding, or to good conscience, as you see and understand. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is simply just for today.